details of Australian sports grants.
Prime Minister James Marape was again bombarded with questions about the Connect-PNG program. Marape, while providing answers, emphasized his government's commitment to the program and welcomed scrutiny from the public.
Are there any petitions?
The agenda of Connect-PNG program arose again on the floor of Parliament today as the opposition continued to seek answers from the Prime Minister. Marape addressed concerns regarding the independent investigation into the Connect-PNG program, confirming that Deloitte, a global recognized audit firm, has been engaged to conduct a comprehensive review. Additionally, an Australian-based engineering firm, Notes Project Limited, has been enlisted to assess the scope and quality of work undertaken. These measures, he stated, reflects his government's commitment to transparency, accountability, and value for money.
We're trying to use our own resource envelope within and alleviate the tightness of budget and finance other sectors, and if areas that could be financed with ICT-based projects, then we finance based using ICT. Those full report will be presented to this Parliament.
The Prime Minister reiterated that the Connect-PNG program will not be altered during the investigation. He assured Parliament that the government will continue to finance and support ongoing contracts, ensuring that vital road networks are completed to benefit rural communities, businesses, and the national economy.
And an international engineering firm to do that investigation. They're running. This is budget for Connect-PNG will be used to finance those contracts that has been lettered out, but all within full awareness that the investigator is running, and I look forward to the final outcome of this investigation.
Provincial Member for East CPIC raised a supplementary question asking for a detailed report on the Connect-PNG program to be tabled in Parliament.
Could they also include the total contracts issued? 1. 2. How much of that is coming out of tax credit? 3. The 980 million that was moved out of essential sectors in 2023 to certain provinces. Could he bring that report to Parliament? So, Mr. Deputy Speaker, I think my questions were very specific, and I just need the Prime Minister to say yes or no.
Foreign questions. The reports that he wants will be tabled in Parliament. Connect-PNG is given within. Connect-PNG is funded rather within the 5.6% resource envelope and has a prospective life. We're looking at a 20-year financing envelope and a combination of financing from ICT, from budget, direct budget support. All this is looked at so that at the very earliest, we unbundle our country of being left behind and bring our country into connected with each other, especially in our efforts to get agricultural produces.
Freddie Mo, TVWAN News.
Minister for State-Owned Enterprises William Duma faced intense questioning in Parliament regarding the ongoing power outages in Lae City and other regions across the country. Member for Wow Warrior Marsh Narawek highlighted the severe impact on Lae, the country's second largest city and industrial hub, demanding immediate and long-term solutions with clear timelines and regular updates.
During Parliament session today, members of Parliament expressed their frustrations over the unreliability of electricity supply and demanded urgent solutions to the persistent issues.
Electricity affects everyone, whether in government or overseas. But especially now, this question is for the people of Lae and people of Morobe. We would like to know, as the good Minister of State-owned enterprise responsible for electricity, as any solution for the power problem in Lae.
Duma acknowledged the challenges facing the power sector and emphasized that the government is actively working on strategies to improve the situation. Duma acknowledged the challenges facing the power sector and emphasized that the government is actively working on strategies to improve the situation. He outlined ongoing projects aimed at upgrading infrastructure and increasing capacity within the state-owned power company.
We're also looking at providing power to this very important city of Leh through a 15-megawatt solar farm that has been developed. KCH has bought the land for 10 million kina, and we are now undergoing a tender process where a contractor has been selected to install the solar project.
Duma also highlighted the complexities involved, including financial constraints and the need for significant investment in the energy sector. As MPs pressed for more immediate actions, Duma assured them that addressing the power outages is a top priority for the government and pledged to provide updates on progress in the coming weeks.
PNG Power has failed this nation to solve the problem of power provisions in this country. Because without power, this country is not going to move. That is why he has proposed, and it's a valid question, point to you, is to answer. What are we going to do? What are you going to do with PNG Power? Are we going to continue to have them there? Or as he's proposing, have them vacated and privatize it so that other people who can do the job can come in?
And this was made in December last year, and it is going through a process.
Order.
Selling, Mr. Acting Speaker, selling a company like PNG Power will not be done through a fire sale. Everyone wants to buy it at a cheap price. It is a strategic national asset of this country.
He called for patience as the government navigates these challenges and seeks sustainable solutions to enhance electricity supply across the country. Freddie Mo, TVWAN News.
Meantime, member for Sinasina Yongumu Kerengakua also raised a supplementary question calling for the government to privatize the state organization in an effort to address the ongoing power issues around the country and labeling the minister responsible as incompetent.
Of which the minister is part of, have no solution to putting a decisive end to our power problems, Leh and in Papua New Guinea. Can they now bite the bitter pill, bite the bullet, sell the whole shooting match, sell PNG Power, privatize it?
Our government has already announced in public that PNG Power will be partially privatized. So I've answered the good member for Sinasina Yongumu's question. So what is the governor from Morobe on about? That decision was made in December last year, and it is going through a process.
Order.
Selling, Mr. Acting Speaker, selling a company like PNG Power will not be done through a fire sale. Everyone wants to buy it at a cheap price. It is a strategic national asset of this country.
Papua New Guinea and Japan are marking 50 years of development cooperation through Japan's official development assistance. Today, the Japan International Cooperation Agency hosted a media conference in Port Moresby to reflect on key milestones and discuss future strategies.
Japan continues to strengthen its development partnership with Papua New Guinea through its Official Development Assistance, or ODA. Since 1974, Japan has supported a wide range of infrastructure, health, education, and grassroots projects across the country. Japan's ODA to Papua New Guinea has reached an estimated 6 billion kina over the past 5 decades. This includes grants, concessional loans, and technical cooperation programs delivered through the Japan International Cooperation Agency, JICA, and the Embassy of Japan. From 2019 to 2023 alone, the Embassy of Japan facilitated 40 projects under 3 key schemes. These include the Economic and Social Development Program, partnerships with international organizations, and grassroots assistance.
The important thing is we have to have collective impact. with other development partners. So I think this is why our research is not really big. In money-wise, in comparing with other development partners like World Bank, ADB, or Australian government. But like this, we are trying to have tangible results out of our cooperation.
Japan's assistance ranges from providing medical equipment and police vehicles to improving education and water access in remote areas. Technical cooperation continues to help develop local expertise in sectors like health, agriculture, infrastructure, and ICT. The media conference also heard from Japan's diplomat in PNG, Ambassador Mochizuki, who emphasized trade and diplomatic priorities for the next 50 years. 2024 also marked the 70th anniversary of Japan's global ODA efforts, which began in 1954 when Japan joined the Colombo Plan. Today, it supports over 190 countries worldwide, with PNG remaining a key partner in the Pacific region.
Papua New Guinea is a young country with 50 years experience. You are a rich country with natural resources and wonderful culture and wonderful people. I believe Papua New Guinea will be entering into middle-income country in the future, and your next 50 years are really blessed. And I believe and I'm hoping Japan can contribute to your nation building and prosperity and development over the next 50 years.
As Japan and Papua New Guinea look to the next 50 years, the message is clear. Development is a shared journey with people and partnerships at its heart. Japan's support for PNG is set to expand into new areas such as climate resilience, digital skills, and youth training. The future of this decades-long partnership looks stronger than ever. Carol Kidu Jr., TV1 News.
Deputy Prime Minister and Minister for Lands and Physical Planning and Urbanization John Rosso said the National Gazette notice about Yule Island that was published earlier this year was nothing sinister and not to declare ownership rights of the ancestral lands.
Gazette notice of intention under Section 37 of the Land Commission Act was published on the 29th of January 2025 to declare Yule Island in Kariko District, Central Province as national land. This is to provide a public record of planned actions, decisions, or policies, allowing for scrutiny and feedback. Following the publication of this gazette, many expressed concerns accusing the governments of land grabbing from customary landowners. Rosso, in addressing this, said there was nothing sinister in his actions and that landowners and the public misunderstood his intentions.
There's been in the news and social media and everything, and like social media in Papua New Guinea, they like to sensationalize and use it to their own benefits. Kain something, walking, but kain badly penna. So I have assured the good governor, specifically in the presence of the secretary, that this it was no intention of lands to acquire the whole of Yule Island, and there is no title that has been given to anyone else in Yule Island. It is a process that lands does to ensure the declaration of national land, to see ground law, chet stop law, ground law, government stop law. People like Yule Island, but like Yule Island, I walk one.
Although Central Provincial Member Peter was satisfied with his clarification, she requested a proper response from the Minister to the people of Yule Island.
The issue on Yule Island land, I have had further clarity from you on that issue, which was when it came out first in the papers, it was of great concern, both to the mission, to the landowners, and of course to us provincial government. And I'm sure I'm satisfied with your explanation, and I guess when you speak, you can, it will bring more clarity to the people out there who will be.
Jasmine Rajak, TV1 News.
This is TVWAN News. Child abuse figures high and Minape donates to Suda. We'll have those stories and more after the break.
From the rich soils of the highlands, the finest coffee has been grown by generations of Papua New Guineans, expertly blended and roasted with over 80 years of experience, making the finest cup of Nescafe New Guinea blend, PNG's own coffee.
Open bets.
Favorite meal for the day does feel good. Snacks noodles is my choice for a simple meal. It is easy to prepare and fast to cook, and with a touch of flavor and ingredients, quality noodles that can be cooked and enjoyed in many different ways. You see, my whole family loves it. It's made here in PNG and comes in different pack sizes. Snacks noodles, tastier but you like it more.
These two are creeping into your personal space. Why don't we send them packing? Oh, maybe not.
Bing bang bing. Bum bum.
Boom! The One Top Jackpot is rolling over week on week. 500,000 kina. Get your tickets now. Draws every Friday at 7:30 p.m. Play now at 321lotto.com.pg or any of your 321 authorized retailer. 321. Win big every day.
Welcome back. Since 2017, more than 5,000 cases of gender-based violence have been reported in the National Capital District. Of these cases, more than 600 are reported children's cases. The vile acts committed against these children include sexual assaults and sorcery accusation. These shocking numbers are for NCD alone, as there is no national database on child protection. Yesterday, a pivotal step in advancing child rights in PNG was taken through the establishment of the Permanent Parliamentary Committee on the Youth and Children. The government has been challenged to invest in Papua New Guinea's children.
3/4 of Papua New Guinea's children are experiencing some form of violence. Although there is no national database on child protection, the National Capital District Gender-Based Violence Secretariat's data on GBV shows that of the total number of GBV cases, 5,310, 696 cases reported on children. The incidents reported include rape, sexual assault, sorcery accusation, forced marriage, and trafficking.
Our tomorrow depends on your choices today, on our choices today. This is a case for urgent action for PNG's children.
The government is taking steps to address the injustices faced by children nationwide, but progress is slow.
Department, also the finance, the treasury, so we can have a budget in that space so we can work to achieve. And also, hear voice also, the voice of the voiceless, that is our children.
The government is now being challenged to invest in Papua New Guinea's children.
Day, and I am seeing many things that are not going very well. But just be very careful. Child protection and well-being is not a checklist. You have to act. It's really, never forget, really, that investing in children has to start soon. And last but not the least, you have children are a wonderful asset you need to invest on and not to see this as a problem to resolve.
The establishment of the Permanent Parliamentary Committee on Youth and Children is said to be a game changer. The committee will provide oversight and accountability and have the responsibility of providing impact and results.
Right in the face of our country's 50th, this is important. This is important. This must be made. This conversation must be amplified. That all of us raise awareness that the children amongst us that needs our care from our home, in our community, in our churches, right up.
The PPC have a responsibility to prioritize children in all policies and budgets, ensure regular data-driven reviews, champion cross-ministerial collaboration, engage communities, churches, and private sector and youth as partners. With social indicators at an all-time low for Papua New Guinea, low immunization coverage, malnutrition in children, poor enrollment rates, child marriages, and a lack of access to basic water services and sanitation, the change needs to start now.
The Boroko District Court yesterday sentenced 2 men to 4 years imprisonment with hard labor after they were found guilty of robbing Central Foundation mini supermarket on November 21, 2024. They are Edurate Heko, 30 years old from East Sepik Province, and Junior Robert, 27 years old from Simbu Province. They will be serving their terms of imprisonment at the Bomana prison. Boroko District Court Magistrate Samson Takali, while sentencing the duo, told them to learn from their mistakes and change their behavior to become good citizens when released from prison. Prominent businessman Matthew Minape has donated 10,000 kina to the Sambe Unity Development Association, a local association from Pilikambi LLG in the Laigap district in Enga province, to support their community projects in the area. Freddie Mo with this story.
Prominent businessman Matthew Minape came to the aid of Sambe Unity Development Association, or SUDA, with a donation of 10,000 kina today in Port Moresby, reflecting his commitment to enhancing community development and improvement access to essential services in the region. This support grant will be utilized to implement incomplete projects in the area, as well as the water supply project from Yango to Papayuk Primary School, then to Vanepo Primary School. The water supply project aims to provide clean and reliable water to local residents, addressing a crucial need in the community. Minape hopes that this donation will aid in the successful implementation of the project and ultimately benefit the people in the area.
Me looking plan the walk or walking. So me like encourage Muslim plan the up Lohenga, especially Lohenga, me call him Henga because that's where we origin from. So we living we start local have lo Papua New Guinea. And Muslim me bla looks I was plan the heavy in a trouble start. I mean walk blow leader to soul. You know walk blow elected leader to soul. And walk blow all elites, all community, all sambla me bla kainos me bla, all I know sidanosem. Mi blama spom association of them or foundation of them. Long in the 1-1 tribe. Now you mean banishing 1-1 all tribe law you mean. Now sit down. Now you mean put him on look project or some water project. Classroom or Narbla housing, Marasin.
Minape also urged the people to take ownership of the projects and abstain from tribal fights and other unlawful activities. Community leaders welcomed the contribution as an important step towards sustainable development in the area and thanked Mr. Minape for his generous assistance.
We have built, on record, we have built one of the 3-in-1 classroom at Wanaba Primary School, Moses Primary School, 4-in-1 classroom, Young El Sanda Staff House. There's a standard ablution block in all of the community school up here, Piafin Primary School, Mabumanda Primary School, 6-in-1 classroom. And then currently we are doing 1 staff house, 3-bedroom in Papik Primary School. These schools that I've mentioned, they are situated in Samba community, where we, the person elects, come from, having that need, and then we contribute our resources. We do.
Mr. Minape also made a commitment to support SUDA in other projects in the area in the future. Freddie Mo, TVWAN News.
The Voice Inc., a youth-led civil society group committed to purpose, confidence and contribution, hosted a media meet and greet at its Port Moresby headquarters. As Papua New Guinea approaches 50 years of independence, the organization continues to play a leading role in nation building through its Clean Generation movement and public policy advocacy.
The Voice Inc., or TVI, welcomed members of the media to its headquarters to strengthen partnerships and enhance national discourse around the issues it champions. Founded in 2007 by university students, TVI now stands as one of the country's most impactful youth organizations. Operating 5 centers for leadership in universities nationwide, TVI delivers educational programs that inspire youth to lead change. In the last 3 years alone, more than 3,600 young people have completed leadership training under its Clean Generation banner. Through its Clean Gen Academy digital platform, the organization is reaching young people in universities, high schools and primary schools across 15 provinces. The online tool allows members to access leadership content, launch community projects and connect with peers. In a major step into social enterprise, TVI has partnered with Japan-PNG to launch Clean Gen branded merchandise. The products are available at Jack's outlets in Port Moresby with plans for national expansion. TVI also produces 2 national television shows, Action, which raises awareness on sorcery-related violence, and Youth Talk, which explores current affairs from a youth perspective. Both programs air under the B-Lit block on TVWAN.
15 years working primarily in youth, but for a long time we've not been able to really have that engagement with government to understand government's vision for youths. And now we know youth violence is a big issue in our country. The Prime Minister has made some pronouncements, but I guess the biggest challenge for us is how do we translate that vision to meaningful change on the ground. And then in 2024, the Voice Inc. Was recognized as a youth organization with expertise in youth development to go in and basically try to understand, number one, the youth council structure, because the youth council structure is the vehicle that the government is relying on to basically mobilize youth in the country.
As PNG prepares to mark 50 years of independence, TVI aims to engage youth in intergenerational dialogue, drive public policy reform and amplify community voices through its Clean Generation movement and growing coalition network. With over 20,000 people reached since inception and 23 change projects delivered nationwide, The Voice Inc. continues to empower young Papua New Guineans to lead with confidence, speak with purpose, and contribute meaningfully to the nation's future. Carol Kidu Jr., TV1 News.
And now the finance news. The kina closed unchanged at $0.2439 in the interbank market. At Bank South Pacific, our kina was buying $0.2364, $0.3652 Australian dollars, $0.2015 euro, and 33.89 Japanese yen. Looking at commodity prices at New York close, oil closed lower except crude oil and copper closed higher. And on the stock market, the Dow Jones closed lower, ASX closed higher, and all ordinaries closed higher as well. TV1 News continues after the break. Stay with us.
A true champion is measured by their courage, their determination, and their passion to never give up and to always keep trying. With a delicious Milo in milk taste and added nutrients, Milo in milk is a great way to fuel our little champions with nourishing energy every day. Because true champions give it their all.
Milo, PNG e Mia. Prime PNG made.
Tell him shorty come get it in. Come grind on me, but met it in. Mommy get loose, get loose, get loose. Pepsi in my hand, ice cold, no excuse. I tell him who's gonna bring that groove down. Pepsi with that fresh sound. Tell him who's gonna bring that groove down. Pepsi with that fresh sound. Pepsi, give me some Pepsi bottle. Pepsi, you like it? Pepsi, you like it? Pepsi bottle.
For Simon, life is simple. Dreams seem distant, yet hope remains. One ticket, one dream. Simon's world changed forever. Yes! From small dreams to big possibilities. One Top Jackpot is here for everyone. Win big every day.
Hurry PNG and enter today to be considered for the 2025 Power Play PNG Awards. Brought to you by ExxonMobil and the PNG LNG project, these awards recognize exceptional Papua New Guineans making significant contributions in the LNG and decarbonization industries. Could you be Papua New Guinea's next great power player? There's only one way to know. Enter now to find out.
Occasion. History beckons for the Blues. There's an opening. Survivor, Taupo, go, she's in. What a try. Queensland are in. Kelly, out wide to Fraser. In the corner. Stand up and cheer New South Wales. The 2025 State of Origin champions.
Thanks for staying with us. Turning abroad, as countries face increasingly steep bills from natural hazards, the true cost of disasters is actually 10 times higher than previously estimated, with far-reaching effects across healthcare, housing, education, and employment. That's according to a report released Tuesday by the UN's Disaster Risk Reduction Agency, UNDRR. Jenty Kirschwood, head of global risk analysis for UNDRR, said while current estimates suggest the global economic impact of natural emergencies such as earthquakes, landslides and floods amounts to around US $200 billion annually, this figure represents only a fraction of the real cost. The true cost is closer to $2.3 trillion US. She added, warning that the world has chronically underestimating and undermeasuring the impact of disasters on sustainable development progress. According to the report, the cost of extreme weather is not measured solely in destroyed infrastructure, but also in lost years of health, education, and opportunity. The Victorian government's snap ban on the sale of machetes is now in effect, with retailers facing fines and potential jail time if they continue to sell them. A complete ban on owning machetes will come into force in September, which the state opposition once brought forward.
This snap ban on the sale of machetes has just come into effect as of midday here in Victoria. That means that any retailer that is caught selling long-bladed knives of more than 20 centimetres and those knives not used in kitchens could face fines of up to $200,000 and even possible jail time. Now, we do know that many retailers have already been clearing their shelves of these weapons ever since the Premier Jacinta Allen announced this snap ban on Monday. But of course, it is very easy to be able to buy these sorts of weapons with the click of a mouse. The government is not giving too many details about how they're proposing to monitor those online sales. However, we have heard from online retail giant Amazon, and it says that it will make sure that it does all steps to adhere to this ban and particularly to stop any sales to Victorian customers. Now, Jacinta Allen did say that this was designed to choke the supply of these machetes ahead of a ban on the possession of machetes, which is due to come into force in September. But the opposition says that that is just simply too late for Victorians, and the Shadow Police Minister, David Southwick, says that he's going to be introducing a private members bill to get the possession of machetes banned straight away. And we've also heard from police who have been investigating this wild brawl in Melbourne's northeast which prompted this snap ban in what police say was a pre-organised meet-up between two rival gangs. Police say that they have now arrested all of the people they believe were involved in that brawl, and that the ages of these people who have been charged range from just 15 years old through to 21.
A 24-year-old Aboriginal man who died after being restrained by police in Alice Springs was from the remote community of Yuan Dumu. Anti-police said the man stopped breathing soon after two police officers restrained him in a supermarket about 1:10 p.m. on Tuesday. Police are treating the incident a death in custody and will prepare a report for the coroner.
What began as a trip to the supermarket escalated into a deadly altercation with police.
We can confirm the male was taken to the ground and he remained on the ground for a number of minutes.
Police say the man stopped breathing shortly after officers restrained him following violent behaviour towards security guards. The early autopsy results leaving more questions than answers.
At this stage, the cause of death is undetermined and the pathologist is required to do further investigation.
In a statement, senior Warlpiri man Ned Jumpa Hargraves identified the man who died as his grandson and said the community was demanding answers and justice.
This young man was living away from his community in town in supported accommodation because of his disabilities, and he was very vulnerable. He needed support and not to be criminalised because of his disability.
Community leaders left devastated today.
Everyone's really sad about what has happened to this young man.
And angry at the loss of life.
For me, I just, felt sick
to know that another Aboriginal person has been killed by police.
Police investigating police is never going to see justice or the truth realised.
Eyewitnesses say they saw the 24-year-old being violently wrestled and slammed to the ground, and they heard him screaming in distress. 30 people have died in custody this year alone in Australia, and 8 of them have been First Nations people.
You know, we need to have an intervention, emergency intervention, but not on Aboriginal people, on the government to be accountable.
We need systems that are accountable, that are open and transparent with the community and people affected by something as tragic as this.
A report will be prepared for the coroner.
The parents of a Queensland girl with a rare brain disease are joining forces with international families in a bid to find a cure. There are just 30 known cases of the disease globally, but through sheer determination, they've rallied an army of supporters and scientists to their cause.
6-year-old Tallulah Moon has just the right mix of sweetness and sass.
Do I have to make my own coffee? Oh, all right.
Her parents feared they'd never reach this point. In 2020, their bubbly toddler, who'd been hitting all her milestones, suddenly stopped.
And within about a 4-week period, she couldn't hold her head up. She was on the ground, she couldn't stand, she couldn't roll over.
Genome mapping revealed the cause of her decline, hereditary spastic paraplegia type 56, which attacks the brain's nerve cells, a disease so rare they don't know how much time they have.
We can't really see what the future holds for Tallulah because there isn't any research done on it.
That's what spurred the Sunshine Coast family into action. Since their daughter's diagnosis, they've helped raise millions towards finding a cure and have connected with the handful of other affected families from around the globe,
including the Vania family from Romania, who recently came to Australia to meet them. Young Mario and Medea also have the disease.
Our journey was hard and very emotional, but today we have hope. Thanks to you, thanks to the scientists.
Researchers are developing a gene therapy to stop or even reverse the progressive disease. They're now on the brink of a clinical trial.
It both breaks my heart to see that, but at the same time go like, okay, this is the reason why we need to move at speed and why we need to do this now.
As her parents continue to fight for a cure, Tallulah joined her big brother at school this year.
In the first week, the feedback we got from the teachers was that, no, look, she wasn't having any trouble fitting in. She was more like Taylor Swift, and they had to sort of push the fans away from Tallulah to give her space. Or this one? I'll put it here.
As Southeast Queensland grows, so does the need for more urban development in areas that are considered prime koala habitat and crucial to their future. Hundreds are dying each year from chlamydia epidemic, car strikes and habitat loss. There are fears proposed developments in native forest could see already dwindling koala numbers dramatically reduce. But it's not all bad news, with a team of researchers finding ways to re-establish locally extinct populations.
Two koalas, once on the brink of death,
here you go, buddy,
are released back into the wild. Both came into the care of RSPCA Queensland, infected with chlamydia.
They can become incontinent, they can't see particularly well, so quite often when they come in they're in poor body condition, they can be dehydrated.
But their chances of survival are limited by a shortage of the chlamydia vaccine and by housing developments in the area, which are encroaching on their habitat.
We've got to the point now, this year is like line in the sand. If we keep going, the koalas that are left here have nowhere else to go. They've been cut off.
4 development proposals threaten the future of koalas in the Woogaroo Forest in the Ipswich local government area. While these sites may not pose a major threat on their own, if all are approved, experts say it will dramatically reduce available habitat.
And so it's that death by 1,000 cut sort of thing.
Wildlife experts estimate between 12 and 16,000 koalas remain in the wild across southeast Queensland. They treat about 1,300 each year. Of those, at least half don't survive. But there is hope.
I'm going to listen in for a female called Matilda.
Using GPS technology, researcher Sean Fitzgibbon tracks a collared koala in bushland in Brisbane's southwest. Matilda is among several young displaced koalas being used to successfully re-establish locally extinct populations like this one in Wacol.
We've placed more than a dozen animals here now, and we're seeing already we've had the first generation and now the second generation coming through.
As southeast Queensland continues to grow and with the Olympics just 7 years away, the need to strike the right balance between development and the environment has never been more important.
I don't want to be somebody who stands there with Olympic visitors and says, look, I could have shown you koalas in the wild, but I'm sorry I can't because they're now extinct. Because the powers that be decided they weren't worth it.
That's the news segment. Sports is up next. I'll join you on the other side with your news in sports.
Cold Pal Lemon is tough on stains and gentle on clothes. Cold Pal Lemon has a great lemon fragrance which brightens your clothes and gives that extra freshness that lasts all day long. Cold Pal Lemon, tough on stains, gentle on clothes with extra freshness.
The PNG LNG project has now generated more than 30 billion kina for Papua New Guinea since production commenced. Nearly half of this amount has been paid as tax. Equity distributions are paid to KPHL and MRDC based on the interest they hold. Tax is paid to the IRC, while development levies and royalties are paid to DPE. For more information on direct and indirect benefits, visit PNG EITI's website.
You sabi tu awesome condom and one way where you can abrusim seek HIV, STI na unplanned pregnancy? Tingim, use him condom long right way. Stop safe na look out him you yet. Use him condom all get a time. Suppose you no save long HIV status long partner blog you or suppose you got plenty partner. Use him condom good all get a time. Long haborusim seek HIV, STI na unplanned pregnancies. Use him condom banisim you yet na future blog you. This platok save ikam long National AIDS Council Secretariat.
We are the people, connected to our land and sea. Timeless and enduring, it has served past generations, sustains us today, and will support those of tomorrow. A testament to human ingenuity, it can be shaped into limitless forms. It reflects our humanity, strong yet vulnerable. It teaches us to endure challenges, to fulfill our purpose. Past technologies inspire us to look inward for creativity and sustainable solutions for the future. It brings families together, fostering moments of connection over shared meals. Known and cherished worldwide, the clay pot is a universal symbol of life, resilience, and connection.
Meet the bank for everyone, everywhere. As People's Microbank, we were proud to be a bank for the people. Now as National Banking Corporation, we are bringing modern banking to all in Papua New Guinea. With more branches and our friendly staff ready to assist you in more places, we are making money matters simple and fair. So wherever you are, however you say it, say hello better banking. Learn more at nbcpng.com.pg.
They collided, it's play on, and Sami gets over. Hausen, he has a hat-trick, Cowboys through the centre, 10 and in support, the Cowboys scoring
Welcome back. Australian Government's Sport for Development program, Team Up, Play for Equity, continues to provide small grants to support innovative and community-led programs that progress gender justice in and through sport across Papua New Guinea and the Pacific. Today, 13 successful applicants from PNG were awarded with a combined value of $145,000 grant under Round 3 of the Play for Equity Fund.
Officiating at today's small but significant ceremony was Deputy Australian High Commissioner to PNG, Adrian Loughran, who congratulated all awardees from the 13 successful applications. He again highlighted the value and importance of the program, which is dedicated to transforming lives and empowering marginalized groups through sport. Australian High Commissioner's First Secretary for Program Strategy and Gender, Megan Clarkson, gave a brief insight of the Team Up Play for Equity Fund and the process and criteria used to access the grants.
So the Play for Equity Fund is an opportunity for individuals and communities to apply for a grant based on a community initiative through sport to lead community inclusion. So this is the third round of the Play for Equity Fund. Very pleased to see 13 grantees in Papua New Guinea this round out of 34 across the Pacific. So PNG got the lion's share of the grants, which is really great to see how much community-driven leadership is being initiated through these initiatives.
Megan stressed that these are non-tied grants specifically targeting marginalized groups through sport, including projects supporting para-athletes, empowering women to play sport in rural areas, and promoting disability rights in sport. She further highlighted the specific criteria used and eligibility in applying for these grants.
Let's focus on community inclusion, gender equity, disability inclusion. So it's a really open initiative. It's run once a year, so we expect probably in December to be opening up for round 4. So encourage anybody listening or here in PNG to really, if you've got some initiatives within your locally based organisations or in your community, encourage you to look at the next round, which would open up in December 2025.
Terry Longwood, TVWAN Sports.
The Fiji women's national team, dubbed the Fiji Koalas, arrived in Port Moresby for 2 international friendly matches against the PNG women's national team. Head coach Angeline Chua expressed her team's excitement for the upcoming games scheduled for Friday, May 30 and Monday, June 2 at the PNG Football Stadium. Chua highlighted the significance of playing during the FIFA window period, emphasizing it is an excellent opportunity for both nations to gauge their standings within the region. The coach revealed that she will be relying on seasoned players, including 4 debutants promoted from the under-16 squad to the senior level. The Fiji Koalas squad features players from prominent Fijian clubs such as Labasa, Rewa, Nadi, Suva and Lautoka. Notably, the team includes 2 players from Papua New Guinea's Hekari United FC, Maria Veronica and Adi Litia Bakanasiva. Visiting U.S. Olympians Andrew Durutalo, now retired, and Chita Amba are having an incredible experience in Papua New Guinea as part of the Sports Envoy program. Their efforts in promoting sports diplomacy, youth engagement and cultural exchange through rugby are making a meaningful impact in the community.
During their community engagements, the 2 Olympians participated in various organized activities, including running rugby clinics with youths and meeting local coaches and athletes to share insights of leadership, discipline, and teamwork through sport. Andrew and Emba also took time on Tuesday to visit the PNG Hunters training sessions at the National Sports Stadium, where they shared a few light moments with the Hunters coach Paul Ayton. Cheetah Amber's journey is particularly inspiring, showcasing a transition from soccer and basketball to rugby, and her dedication to sport has led her to significant achievements with the U.S. national women's team. It's heartening to see her express gratitude to the opportunities she has received and her commitment to empowering others through sports.
My journey actually started as a soccer and basketball player in the States, yes. I found rugby later on in college, actually, and I've just been blessed to have the doors open with opportunities with the national team, and so I moved from the East Coast out to California to train full-time with sevens, and also picked up 15s just to build my rugby experience. And coming from another global game, rugby is still different.
The challenges she mentioned, especially in competing against rugby powerhouses like New Zealand, Australia and England, was the competitive nature of international rugby. Her focus on teamwork and hard work resonates with the values of sportsmanship and perseverance that are essential for success in any sport. Chetter's reflections on the overwhelming passion for rugby in PNG, particularly the strong presence of rugby league, also pointed to the cultural significance of the sport in the region. Her eagerness to learn from this experience further underscored her dedication to understanding and bridging the gap between different forms of rugby.
It's overwhelming. I mean, from the flight, there were people already talking about rugby league and asking which side I supported. But it's really fun to see the parallels between rugby league and rugby union, and I'm just trying to soak it all in and learn as much as I can. I do watch a little bit. It's definitely building, especially the more that I see it close up. Talking with the coaches today at training and realizing the crossover. It's tempting. I'm going to be a fan of Great Rugby League, but I think we've decided to support the Blues.
Wow, go Blues, yeah?
Yeah.
Overall, this initiative not only promotes sports, but also fosters cultural exchange and understanding among different nations, which is vital in today's global landscape. Terry Longwood, TV1 Sports.
The New South Wales Blues have taken a giant step forward to defending the ample State of Origin shield and ended a 27-year hoodoo in the process after beating Queensland 18-6 at Suncorp Stadium to take 1-0 lead in the series. The Blues became the first New South Wales team since 1997 and 1998 to win back-to-back games at Suncorp Stadium, to leave them in a good position to retain the shield with Game 2 at Optus Stadium in Perth on June 18 and Game 3 at Accor Stadium in Sydney on July 9. Their win followed their epic 14-4 win at Suncorp Stadium in Game 3 last year to wrap up the series 2-1. Meantime, Queensland coach Billy Slater slammed his side's discipline in their series opening loss, but says he doesn't believe changes are required for a must-win Origin. Here are the highlights of last night's game.
He goes to Edwards, he fires into Crichton. Crichton for the corner, across to Zach Lomax. It's a spectacular way to open the try scoring for the Blues. Lomax with his fourth Origin try in his fourth game. Away to Edwards, they've stripped them for numbers, and it's a second for Zach Lomax.
Well, this is a Nathan Cleary masterclass.
Oh, that's a confident strike by Valentine Holmes. Fire, backhander, Xavier Coates, what a put down! Here come Queensland! Who's on the doorstep? Cleary, he's handled the ball on 4 plays in this set. He kicks back towards Lomax, he takes it in one hand, he's got 2 tries tonight, the ball spews out the back. It's still the last according to the referee. Watson manufactures one of the great passes for a Dylan Edwards try! Full time, New South Wales 1-0 over Queensland. They've won back-to-back games at Suncorp for the first time since 97-98.
That's the sports segment. We'll now have the weather forecast. Southern, Port Moresby, partly cloudy with chances of few showers. Alotau, partly cloudy with showers and possible thunderstorm. Momase, Ley, partly cloudy with possible few showers and thunderstorms.
Wewak and Vanimo, partly cloudy with few showers and possible thunderstorm. New Guinea Islands, KVN, Kokopo, Rabaul and Kimbe, cloudy periods with some showers and possible thunderstorms. Highlands, Mount Hagen, partly cloudy with few showers and possible thunderstorms. Coral Sea, seas moderate to rough with east to southeast winds of 15 to 25 knots. Solomon Sea, seas light with east to southeast winds of 10 to 15 knots. Bismarck Sea, seas smooth to slight with east to southeast winds of 5 to 15 knots. And Pacific Ocean, seas smooth with southeast to easterly winds of 5 to 10 knots. Waters of southern PNG Indonesian border to Daru, Kiwai Island, Kerema, Yule Island to Hood Point, seas 1 to 2 meters. And waters of Finchafan through Vitia Strait to CSC Long Island to Dampier Strait, seas 1.5 to 2.5 meters.
That concludes another edition of TV1 News. Have a pleasant evening. Bye for now.
The TV1 News was proudly brought to you by